Oh yeah, today we're going to make a simple pasta dish because I found 3 slices of bacon in the fridge, so we use them up. So we've got some pecorino. It's about, I don't know, 4 ounces of bacon. Try and use a nice fatty one, get some flavour in there. Whole bulb of garlic, thinly sliced. About a teaspoon and a half, maybe 2 teaspoons of fresh rosemary from the garden. Pinch of chilli flakes. And I've made some fresh tagliatelle, and into the tagliatelle I've put some ginger powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika, just to give it a little flavour and colour. And I've done it quite thin. Okay, so that's all the ingredients, so let's get on with cooking. I forgot to mention while I was doing the ingredients, I'm going to put in a good knob of butter. There's about 4-5 ounces of butter. It's my homemade butter. If you look at the other videos, you'll find out how to make the homemade butter on there. But it's just double cream beaten, really. As I say, if you look at the one for the onion and rosemary bread, the fresh butter's on there. So we're going to start cooking in a second. Okay, so into the pan, I'm using a wok, but you use whatever you're comfortable with. Just put in some olive oil. And then we're going to fry the bacon until it's got a really nice texture and colour to it. It ain't worse than sort of semi-raw bacon. And let that fat dissolve into the oil. Okay, as you can see, the bacon's rendered out most of its fat. I'll turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to add the garlic now. We don't want this garlic to burn or it goes a bit nasty, charcoaly and bitter. So we just gently cook this out in here. Also we're going to add the chilli flakes, which you don't have to add, and the rosemary. We're just going to let all those flavours gently come out. But be careful not to burn the garlic. Okay, I've got it on a low heat, so it's going to take a couple of minutes. Okay, that's been going for about 2 minutes now. So we've got salty boiling water. I'm going to put in our homemade tagliatelle. Give it a stir around. This won't take long to cook because we're not cooking it fully in the water, just most of it. Don't forget, we never drain the water. We're going to lift it out because the water is going to help make the sauce. So we'll let this cook for another, say, minute. Okay, the bacon and garlic are now at a point I don't want them to cook anymore. So I'm just going to nick a little bit of the water from the pasta and pop it in, and that will stop it frying anymore and start to help soften it, just while we're waiting on the pasta cooking. Okay, this pasta's cooked enough. It's about halfway cooked, maybe a little over. Just have a little bite of it and you'll see how cooked it is. You want to have still some firmness in it. Now you can use shop bought pasta if you do use about a packet of tagliatelle. But it is worth making your own. You'll get a much better texture and flavour, and also you can add the little bits to it. So there we go, we're adding a little bit more of the water. So the pasta's still cooking, but now it's absorbing some of the rosemary and bacon flavour. Into that we're going to drop our homemade butter. You can use shop bought if you like. And we're just going to melt that in, stirring all the time. Each time it goes dry, we're going to add a little bit of the pasta water. If you notice, we haven't added any salt because there's salt in the pasta water and in the bacon. But we are going to give it a good whack of black pepper. So we're just going to keep stirring this in and let the butter make an emulsified sauce. Don't let it get too thick, just add a little bit more water. You see you're getting a nice creaminess to it now. There we go. Now I'm going to start adding the cheese. I'm using pecorino because it was on special offer in Lidl's. You can use parmesan. Even things like Manchego or any really good hard cheese. There's a British cheese called Winchester Cathedral that works well instead of parmesan. Some might say even better than parmesan, but don't tell the Italians that. There we go, good wallop of pecorino. Now we're going to mix that in. Same as we did with the butter. Remember, if it starts to get too gloopy or thick, just add a tiny bit of the water. Now you could, if you wanted to, drop an egg yolk in there just to finish it off, but I honestly don't think it needs it. You've got a nice, can you see how creamy the sauce is on it? Now we just need to taste it. Just wants a tiny bit more salt, so I'll add a bit more of this water and a wee bit more cheese. And there you go. Just need to serve this up now. Lost my tongs, as you do. You can see that. And there you go. We'll just pop a bit more cheese over the top, and that's it done. Do try this. It's simple. It sounds complex. It's not. And if you can, make your butter, make your pasta. It will be much better. But if you can't, just use shop bought.